朝は鳥になってあなたを目覚めさせる。夜は星に縄ってあなたを見守る。私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。死んでなんかいません。千の風に千の風に縄ってあの大きな空を吹き渡っています。千の風に千の風に縄ってあの大きな空を吹き渡っています。あの大きな空を吹き渡っています。私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。眠ってなんかいません。千の風に千の風に縄ってあの大きな空を吹き渡っています。秋には光になって畑に降り注ぐ。冬はダイヤのようにきらめく雪になる。朝は鳥になってあなたを目覚めさせる。夜は星に縄ってあなたを見守る。私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。死んでなんかいません。千の風に 千の風に縄わってあの大きな空を吹き渡っています。千の風に千の風に縄わってあの大きな空を吹き渡っています。あの大きな空を吹き渡っています。私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。眠ってなんかいません。千の風に千の風に縄わってあの大きな空を吹き渡っています。秋には光になって畑に降り注ぐ。冬はダイヤのようにきらめく雪になる。朝は鳥になってあなたを目覚めさせる。夜は星に縄わってあなたを見守る。私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。死んでなんかいません。千の風に千の風に縄わってあの大きな空を吹き渡っています。千の風に千の風に縄わってあの大きな空を吹き渡っています。あの大きな空を吹き渡っています。 私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。眠ってなんかいません。千の風に千の風になってあの大きな空を吹き渡っています。
Sorry, it's not a touch screen.
By the way, the chrysanthemum just dropped one.
Oh,
So somebody's here.
I think it's Joanne.
Joanne?
Because this rose fell down. I go, oh no, rose fell down. Then when I look, oh yeah, we're not going to put this rose on because it's brown.
Oh.
I
It
thought,
just dropped on the floor. I said, I wonder who's here.
I think it's Joanne.
Joanne, we are live.
She's telling oh hi. She's like, get your act together.
Yep.
Oh, here, take that. That's for you. Is that good? Push, it's on this side. Did you get it? Oh, okay. Oh. And then we have that one. Okay.
You happy? Home? Yeah. Yeah. So I get to say, so he's so happy to see you. Then get the, I said, bring a coffee and tea over. He's always happy. Ex-fixer. It's actually a sugar kiss.
11. Oh, hi everybody. Sorry for being 6 minutes late, but I had to rush and change and do some other things. But anyway, thank you for being here for our autumn memorial grand ceremony. Some people wonder why I use a grand ceremony for this Nikan Matsuri. And I actually take this cue off of two churches. One is the Tokiwadai Church, and the other is Reverend Kishi from Toronto. And at one point, he actually did that. He put daisai for Mikama-sama. And why shouldn't it be a daisai for Mikama-sama? So I think, and that's one of the reasons why I said that. I thought it was such a wonderful idea. I think versus just being a Mikama Matsuri, it really is a very big ceremony in honor of our ancestors. And especially since each person's name is being called out. Oh, wait, I forgot to take something out of my bag. Most important thing out of my bag. This is the most important thing ever. But so, without any further ado, let's begin today's ceremony, as it will be a very long one. So, again, while I'm reciting the names out there, if you have to stretch your legs, please stretch your legs. If you have to stand, please stand. Please take a sip of water or something. If you have to use the bathroom, please use the bathroom, only because as I tried to count this morning, it comes out to about 500 names, family names and names, close to 500. So I don't know how we got there, but we got there somehow. So please, during that time period, feel free to stretch your legs. I don't want you sitting on your butts and thinking, oh, it hurts. I wish Tatsun would hurry up. So, so let's begin. Haide. Prayer of sincere 22. I am a Konko Kyo believer. I believe in Ikigami Konko Daijin, Benchi Kane no Kami. I have come today to practice my faith, appreciate and acknowledge the blessings, favors, and interventions of Tenchi Kane no Kami, honor the ancestors, and learn more about the faith of Konko Daijin. As I learn more about the heart of Tenchi Kane no Kami, I nurture the faith of my spiritual family. Thus, I boldly confess that my mind is alert, my heart is receptive, and I will never be the same as long as I practice the faith and receive it. Kigami Konko Daijin sama, Benchi Kane no Kami sama. Thank you. Hi. Shiro Haide for sincere class. Amatsu no Rito. Hakama no hara ni kamuzumarimasu. Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite sume mi oya kamui zanagi no mikoto tsukushi no hyugan no tachibanan no odon no awagi hara ni misogi aragi tamau toki ni aremaseru arairo no kami tachi moro moro no agagoto tsumike ga de o harai tamai hiyome tamai tomo su koto no yoshi o amazu kami kunnizu kami ao yorozu no kami tachi tomo ni amen no uchi koma no mimi furi tatete hikoshime se to kashikomi kashikomi mo mosu. May all illnesses and diseases, as well as negativities, be cast out into the great universe, and may you all be of purest of mind. Shido Keirei, please bow your heads in prayer. つみて、ひがみ金光大臣の御前に間を割く。まより、永徳大祭を執り行わんと。教祖金光大臣をはじめ、歴代金光様、金光教大阪教会、千尋教会、天水親教会、檜山教会、各教会、主体教会所、歴代教会長の御徳をすがり申し、今日の御祭使い祭らんと、礼上げ行わん礼儀曲5日に、老神祭る信奉者もろもろ、おのおのも意を正し、心新たにいただかしめたまえと、勘取り次恋ネギ立て祭りで、かしこみもまおす。Yami Kongko Daiji, I seek your Koritsugi for today's service. Today we conduct the Autumn Grand Memorial Ceremony for the deceased. As someone without virtue, I seek to receive and cling to the virtue of Kongko Daiji, the successive Kongko Samas, as well as the founding and past head ministers of the Kongko churches of Osaka, Chihiro, Tamamizu, and Wakiawa for today's service. Today, the believers and I come together with our hearts, bodies, and minds, refreshed, purified, and ready for today's service. Thank you. Now, please raise your heads. Please open your prayer books to page 29 for Shintoku Sanji. Aogi matsure ga ten takaku. Aogi matsure ga ten takaku. Orogami matsure ba chiwatsushi kami no megumi ni kasaru mi no saiwai zo arigataki waga ikigami no ontori tsugi hito mo kakuru toki no nakuten 地の神の御守りとき地が金の隔てなしかん慈しみはよろずよにあまねく道で果てしなくかん計らいはくすしくて人の思いぞよわざる我ら今月今日にあみ祭りでひたすらに神の御影をたたえ祭らん神の比例を仰ぎ祭らん 一度敬礼。Please bow your heads in prayer. 天幕もあやにかしこみ、天地金の神のお広前、ひがみ金光大臣の前に、金光協賛でご教会長、かしこみもまおさく、かしこかれど、がおや神のおみのりはし、天地に神道渡らせたまい、ひとし、けるもの皆を含み慈しみたまいて、春が中に、ひがみ金光大臣取り次ぎの官にわざし、通しを隠りよのなべてなく、半恵みに恵み、半先はえに先はえたまいて、人の御霊は生き死にの境なく、輪に安く立ちゆく、大御影を葬り祭りて、うは、どうもかたじけなき極みになん。On this beautiful autumn morning, here at the Conco Church of San Diego, your beloved children have gathered together to share our love, sincerity, and appreciation to you, not only for the blessings, favors, protections, and interventions we receive daily, but also for our ancestors. This morning, your beloved children have gathered today for the annual Autumn Grand Memorial Ceremony, Oreitoku Taisai. We offer our hearts of love and appreciation and sincerity to the departed for the foundation of our lives, society, nation, and the world. I ask that with each name, each family name, individual name, as well as the name of a church, we remember and reflect on how those individuals that have impacted our lives, affected us. We ask that you guide all spirits to receive Please shower them with your love and virtue. Advance their aura so their light can be seen and be a reflection of your love and virtue. Elevate their virtue. Give them the power and the strength so they may do your goyo of watching, protecting, guiding, and assisting those who call upon them and those who are too young to call upon them. We ask that you take into your bosom of love those who have died by some tragic means or by illness or disease, especially from senseless wars as we have seen in the Ukraine. Watch over and bathe in your light and love the children, elderly, soldiers, and those who were killed due to a dictator's narcissism and ego. We pray for the salvation of all who passed in such manner, as well as healing of their loved ones. As this prayer comes to an end, we will move over to the Mitama altar, or the altar for the deceased, to begin the Autumn Grand Memorial Ceremony. The chart says 1. We shall give appreciation to those who have come before us, as well as honor and appreciate the foundation of our lives and faith. We pray that the blessings and favors of today's service is granted by and received by all here today and those who could not be with us. Ne ke aloha pume hana, mahalo anui, our beloved Ikami Kongko Daiji, Tenchi Kano. Now, please raise your heads. Chido tomoni haire for sincere claps. 一度入れ for sincere claps. 一度共に入れ for sincere claps. 床を馬し満ちてるみ柱牛廃し、大王先生廃し、あれ青軍も下は式床はの牛廃や。あれ青軍も下は式床はの牛廃や。あれしのぶも懐かしき馬し満ちてるみ柱牛はや。若の浦和の清き深きみ心持ちて神より甘い道を尊び何はへの広き遠きみ思い持ちて世を我に人を救いて道の御光をわんまかがし教えの恵みを国かがし人の世のもとつ道を極め尽くし神と人と一つなることありをまさやかに教えまつぶさに示したまいし大き高き右さを尊み祭りいやび祭らくをめぐしときこし橋とみそなわして道の行く手をわんまつ日のいやとに守り教えの子らが行く末をへる月のいやひろに恵みたまえとかしごみも申す 同系で Please bow your heads in prayer. 今日その見教え、先の世まで持っていかれ、子孫まで残るものは神徳である。神徳は信心すれば誰でも受けられることができる。神徳は尽きることがない。Kami's virtues will be with you even after death and passed down to future generations. It can be received by anyone who practices faith. The virtue of Kami is unlimited. ご理解中、松本達天の御霊殿に合わせ沈め祭り。なしものりの間に名をたたえ、祭りし。天の教会に祀られる信奉者、教徒、信徒、もろもろが持ちつく、大津親の御霊、代々の親たちの御霊、からやからもろもろの御霊の神たち、本公教三でご教会にご神ある家の御霊の神たち、安慶教会、安慶にあるご霊人の前に、本公教三でご教会、罪病も魔を咲く。For the altar of the deceased, with much love, sincerity, and respect, I call out the names of our beloved friends, acquaintances, those who are the foundation of our faiths, lives, countries, and our societies. 本公教本部広間をはじめ、大阪教会、道広教会、玉水親教会、銀座教会、高槻南教会、高立売教会、代々木教会、福崎教会のご霊前に沈めつき祭るご霊人様に御礼申し上げたて祭ります。半鳥家先祖代々の御霊の神、川手家先祖代々の御霊の神、西本家先祖代々の御霊の神、赤沢家先祖代々の御霊の神、本校家先祖代々の御霊の神、安倍家先祖代々の御霊の神、古川家先祖代々の御霊の神、藤井家先祖代々の御霊の神、あつこ呼んで申し上げ。Birth parents of 本校大臣、Father、神取十平君の御霊の神、Mother、神取下姫の御霊の神、Adopted parents of 本校大臣、Father、川手久米次郎の御霊の神、Mother、川手岩の御霊の神、神取俊次牛の御霊の神、神取豊野の御霊の神、神取サラエの御霊の神、神取健三郎の御霊の神、Wife of 本校大臣、教祖本校大臣夫人、本校とせ一子王明る姫の御霊の神、世間金光様、金光詩人つらいきの君の御霊の神。世間金光様 's wife、金光清姫の御霊の神。The third 金光様、金光節種の君の御霊の神。The third 金光様 's wives、金光四季子姫の御霊の神。金光菊代姫の御霊の神。Third 金光様 's third son、金光新生牛の御霊の神。The fourth 金光様、金光鏡太郎の君の御霊の神。Fourth 金光様 's wife、金光田穂姫の御霊の神。Fifth 金光様 's third son、金光秋信大井良子の御霊の神。白神家先祖代々の御霊の神。稲垣家先祖代々の御霊の神。湯川家先祖代々の御霊の神。今岡家先祖代々の御霊の神。塩家先祖代々の御霊の神に厚くんで。本公教大阪教会初代、白神伊谷広間道分けの御事の御霊の神。二代教会長、白神道置伊谷高根の君の御霊の神。本公教道広教会初代、稲垣貞七三牛豊木牛の御霊の神。土井家、牧野家、高橋家、Hand family、Dennis family、Petit's family、Buske family、Bivens family、中尾家、矢田家、 渋谷家、今岡家、牛尾家、先祖代々の御霊の神、八つ御礼申し上げ、立て祭ります。金光教、玉水教会、初代、湯川安太郎、三牛、道照見柱牛の御霊の神。初代夫人、湯川秀興たらし、道照姫の御霊の神。二代教会長、湯川茂牛の御霊の神。二代教会長夫人、湯川文雄姫の御霊の神。三代教会長、湯川安夫牛の御霊の神。三代教会長夫人、湯川真理子姫の御霊の神。金光教銀座教会初代、湯川誠一牛の御霊の神。初代夫人、湯川津屋姫の御霊の神。二代教会長、湯川信直牛の御霊の神。二代教会長夫人、湯川千代姫の御霊の神。金光教中田千売教会、今岡元子姫の御霊の神。金光教福崎教会初代、牛尾広見道分真柱牛の御霊の神。二代教会長、牛尾小春照玉道森姫の御霊の神。三代教会長、牛尾広直牛の御霊の神。湯川安兵衛の御霊の神。湯川佐藤の御霊の神。湯川若之助の御霊の神。湯川真澄の御霊の神。湯川太郎の御霊の神。湯川直政の御霊の神。James Hand の御霊の神。Mildred Hand の御霊の神。新年のお祈りを込め、三年後の地に道を伝え、神様のご兵が遠く高く輝くため、御取り次ぎの技を務め、この金光教三年後教会の御霊屋を地をの住みかと沈め祭る、金光教三年後教会初代、川の利和牛の御霊の神、厚き御礼申し上げてます。松井家先祖代々の御霊の神、トドサ家先祖代々の御霊の神、金光教サンフランシスコ教会三代教会長松井文雄牛の御霊の神、三代教会長夫人松井文子姫の御霊の神、厚く御礼申し上げ。初めて三年後の地に池上金光大臣の名詞を広げ、三年後布教の原点として人の心を救い、金光教に導き、三年後の布教功労者である八重勝美牛の御霊の神。We also honor those who helped to share the faith here in San Diego and protect the flame of faith that was started by Dr. and Mrs. Miyai. 三年後布教功労者、坂東光弘の御霊の神。Richard Dick Robert Spees、兜沖縄の御霊の神。Spees、君を見光、道の子を追う名の御霊の神。バンクーバー教会のご霊前に沈めつき祭るご霊人様に本礼申し上げています。橋本家先祖代々の御霊の神。串田家先祖代々の御霊の神。森下家先祖代々の御霊の神。ホノルル教会、小倉教会、笠岡教会、紀伊教会、長崎教会、九条院教会、広教会、旧大連教会、岡山中部教会、鷲山教会のご霊前に沈めつき祭るご霊人様にお礼申し上げる。生家先祖代々の御霊の神、桂家先祖代々の御霊の神、斎藤家先祖代々の御霊の神、茨城家先祖代々の御霊の神、佐藤家先祖代々の御霊の神、高橋家先祖代々の御霊の神、山中家先祖代々の御霊の神、長井家先祖代々の御霊の神、松山家先祖代々の御霊の神、矢野家先祖代々の御霊の神、松岡家先祖代々の御霊の神、そこで申し上げて
児玉正幸道分け真心牛の御霊の神。玉聞こえ姫の御霊の神。茨城久の真心玉はえ姫の御霊の神。牛の正彦。いつ真心久尾根牛の御霊の神。佐藤広俊牛の御霊の神。桂松平。伊豆道立つくしね牛の御霊の神。兵庫。桂光。心愛心姫の御霊の神。桂末子姫の御霊の神。笠岡金光大臣。伊豆竹の御事の御霊の神。斎藤義千馬氏正彦の御霊の神。本師大明神様。石田義房の御霊の神。石田富士の御霊の神。長井牧夫の御霊の神。初山成光牛の御霊の神。初山一姫の御霊の神。安武光子にぎこれ花姫の御霊の神。ありがとう。サンディエゴ教会、シャトル教会、旧タコマ教会、プレスの教会、サンノゼ教会、ガーデナ教会、ランキャスタ教会、ロサンゼルス教会、ティアローシル教会、タギー教会、マギー教会、東畑教会、二岩教会、芝教会、安倍野教会、浜田教会、村上教会、本公教ニューヨーク、ニュージャージー州会、ヒューラーズ教会、本公教北サンディエゴカウンティ州会、本公教チュラビスタ校舎、それぞれの関係にある教会、集会のご霊前に沈めつき祭るご霊人様に突んで申し上げます。秀島家先祖代々の御霊の神、Friend Family、Ryan Family、大坪家先祖代々の御霊の神、立野家先祖代々の御霊の神、富増家先祖代々の御霊の神、岩佐家先祖代々の御霊の神、岡崎家先祖代々の御霊の神、石渡家先祖代々の御霊の神、山田家先祖代々の御霊の神、道家先祖代々の御霊の神、武田家先祖代々の御霊の神、大田家先祖代々の御霊の神、川家先祖代々の御霊の神、家川家先祖代々の御霊の神、松本家先祖代々の御霊の神、オフェロファミリー、アイビーファミリー、サンチェスファミリー、ランデロスファミリー、クエリーファミリー、フォンファミリー、ピンファミリー、安武家先祖代々の御霊の神、石松家先祖代々の御霊の神、高橋家先祖代々の御霊の神、平野家先祖代々の御霊の神、西村家先祖代々の御霊の神、大場家先祖代々の御霊の神、村家先祖代々の御霊の神、道家先祖代々の御霊の神、枝家先祖代々の御霊の神、吉高家先祖代々の御霊の神、堺家先祖代々の御霊の神、道家先祖代々の御霊の神、高田家先祖代々の御霊の神、萩家先祖代々の御霊の神、霊島力松の御霊の神、霊島や掃除姫の御霊の神、霊島無名の御霊の神、霊島通る成政にじてるイラツオの御霊の神、Harold Aloysius Ryan、人吉にじてる牛の御霊の神、Friend みちこ、きびまいの御心大名の御霊の神、大坪亀吉の御霊の神、立野虎尾の御霊の神、湯浅久姫の御霊の神、湯浅道弘牛の御霊の神、石渡春子姫の御霊の神、後藤勲牛の御霊の神、後藤智代姫の御霊の神、武田貞子姫の御霊の神、武田白牛の御霊の神、 安武松太郎馬し道分け伊豆栄牛の御霊の神。安武文雄牛の御霊の神。石松又部真心道立牛の御霊の神。石松梅子真心玉津湯姫の御霊の神。高橋須磨子姫の御霊の神。大場愛子姫の御霊の神。大場正則牛の御霊の神。伊藤徳次玉和正栄坂根彦の御霊の神。伊藤子玉寺市道ハエ姫の御霊の神。伊藤愛子土地の御霊の神。伊藤浄土玉道つぐね牛の御霊の神。吉高龍右衛門伊豆心道立ね牛の御霊の神。堺春子姫の御霊の神。堺信夫牛の御霊の神。堺和子水にぎ高照姫の御霊の神。大田玉姫の御霊の神。白田和代姫の御霊の神。清水幸喜真心三則彦の御霊の神。清水正義牛の御霊の神。歴教会のご霊前につき祭るご霊人様に厚婚礼申し上げ立て祭ります。O'Brien family, Dillaway family, 秋野家、高見家、先祖代々の御霊の神様に厚婚。秋野吉野牛の御霊の神。秋野初子姫の御霊の神。O'Brien水子姫の御霊、都知の御霊の神。安倍先祖代々の御霊の神。安倍晋三の御霊の神。Voyageur family, Saint Mary Teresa Voyageur of Calcuttaの御霊の神。Briones family, James Brionesの御霊の神。Brooks family, Bui family, Charles Hu Hung Buiの御霊の神。Bustos family, Angelica Liamor Lara Bustos の御霊の神。Calhoun family, Calhoun Narae の御霊の神。Korea family, Korea Noriko の御霊の神。Dorman family, Bernie Dorman の御霊の神。Duran family, 野添家先祖代々の御霊の神。Duran Ciano の御霊の神。Joseph John Duran の御霊の神。Frank family, 浅野家先祖代々の御霊の神。Louis Asano Frank の御霊の神。福田恵子の家の御霊の福田恵子の家の先祖代々の御霊の神。藤本家先祖代々の御霊の神。佐伯家先祖代々の御霊の神。Gilmore family, Diaz family, Flores family, Burwald family, Bevins family, Bissell family, Carrington family, Handy family, Hatcher family, House family, Marquez family, Miramontes family, Nelson family, Ram family, Rinpoche family, Saleh family, Spellman family, Tick family, Wagner family, John Tigg Sr. の御霊の神。Sarah Carrington の御霊の神。Thomas Carrington の御霊の神。Vera Bevins の御霊の神。George Chester Bevins の御霊の神。Iva Gertrude Bevins の御霊の神。Henrietta Bissell の御霊の神。Mary Tigg の御霊の神。Charles Arnold Bissell の御霊の神。Nellie Evera Bevins の御霊の神。Arnold Conrad Ram の御霊の神。Anne Carrington の御霊の神。Thomas Nelson Bevins の御霊の神。Louis Edgar Bevins の御霊の神。Anna Hannah Saville の御霊の神。Lloyd Bevins の御霊の神。Sarah Ann Tigg の御霊の神。Ann Tigg の御霊の神。Tracy Jean Bissell の御霊の神。John Arthur Bissell の御霊の神。Patricia Ann Burwald の御霊の神。Lisa Marie Bissell の御霊の神。Howard Eugene Bevins の御霊の神。Robert Lowell Gilmore の御霊の神。Donna Nelson の御霊の神。 ラモン・マヌエル・フロレス・ディアズの御霊の神。マリア・テレサ・ディアズの御霊の神。マガリタ・マルケーズ・ミラモンテスの御霊の神。ラマ・パルチン・リンポンチェの御霊の神。ジュイレティ・ファミリー。須藤家先祖代々の御霊の神。楠木家先祖代々の御霊の神。須藤鈴子の御霊の神。アメリゴ・アントニー・ジュイレティの御霊の神。グイラ・ファミリー。シャリー・アン・フィエスタ・グイラの御霊の神。ペッケ先祖代々の御霊の神。平岩家先祖代々の御霊の神。平岩博の御霊の神。Hollingsworth family, Homfeld family, Horseman family, William E. Horsemanの御霊の神。Ginsburg family, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburgの御霊の神。林家先祖代々の御霊の神。小林家先祖代々の御霊の神。Dr. Karen Midori 小林の御霊の神。Isaacs family、伊藤和子の家の先祖代々の御霊の神。北俣家先祖代々の御霊の神。メイボル北俣の御霊の神。ラカニエッタ・ファミリー。アニタ・ラカニエッタの御霊の神。エドウィン・ラカニエッタの御霊の神。ランジェンダーファー・ファミリー。ドロティ・ジェイ・ランジェンダーファーの御霊の神。Lewis family, Carter family, Congressman John Robert Lewis の御霊の神。ロペス家の先祖代々の御霊の神。ゴームス家先祖代々の御霊の神。Meek family, Beetle family, Miller family, Rice, Byers family, Rosnahan family, Spade family, Jeffrey Toshio Meek の御霊の神。Joseph Elliot Meek の御霊の神。Joseph Elliot Meek Sr. の御霊の神。William H. Meek の御霊の神。Oliver Madison Meek の御霊の神。James Meek Jr. の御霊の神。James Meek Sr. の御霊の神。Mary Beadle の御霊の神。Adam Meek III の御霊の神。Samuel Meek の御霊の神。Adam Meek Jr. の御霊の神。Jacob Meek の御霊の神。Mary Lee Meek の御霊の神。Adam Meek Sr. の御霊の神。Nancy Ann Meek の御霊の神。Elizabeth Miller Meek の御霊の神。Catherine Noel Valentine Rosnahan Spade の御霊の神。宮城家の先祖代々の御霊の神。森家先祖代々の御霊の神。Felchel family, Harwig family, Flemings family, Broughton family, Flemings 達子、水あやめ舞正女の御霊の神。Francis Lorraine Flemings、鹿成照高沖なの御霊の神。Claude Francis Clemmings の御霊の神。Mary Broughton の御霊の神。Wayne E. Welchel 照高国の守り牛の御霊の神。Clarence O. Welchel の御霊の神。Pearl Edna Welchel の御霊の神。Morris family 浜川家先祖代々の御霊の神。Morris 玉菊の御霊の神。Alan Neil Morris の御霊の神。中原家先祖代々の御霊の神。中原ペギ、白藤貞晴照ハエトジの御霊の神。長島家先祖代々の御霊の神。デイレスファミリー。長島智夫の御霊の神。長島聞こえの御霊の神。長島康子、春子、沈めの心をうなの御霊の神。 オーラー家先祖代々の御霊の神。Proctor family。バー・プロクターの御霊の神。サハラ家先祖代々の御霊の神。坂田家先祖代々の御霊の神。坂田虎吉の御霊の神。坂田杉尾の御霊の神。坂田春代の御霊の神。坂田和彦の御霊の神。坂田幸久の御霊の神。坂田はじめの御霊の神。坂田千恵子の御霊の神。堺家先祖代々の御霊の神。沖家先祖代々の御霊の神。堺ステージの御霊の神。堺清の御霊の神。堺光子わらめの御霊の神。堺幸子少女の御霊の神。園田家先祖代々の御霊の神。名家先祖代々の御霊の神。園田高一の御霊の神。園田ジョアン・イサコ、玉照森道オウナの御霊の神。スペクファミリー。スペンサーファミリー。レディー・ダイアナ・フランシス・スペンサー、プリンセス・オブ・ウェールズの御霊の神。スピース家先祖代々の御霊の神。浮助先祖代々の御霊の神。辰野家先祖代々の御霊の神。山本家先祖代々の御霊の神。プレア家先祖代々の御霊の神。ポコスカ家先祖代々の御霊の神。ウキスヤエの御霊の神。ジョーセフ・スピーズの御霊の神。ソフィー・ポコスカの御霊の神。ラバーン・パレア博士姫の御霊の神。田中義信清信の家の御霊の田中清信の家の先祖代々の御霊の神。田中義雄の家の先祖代々の御霊の神。宮本喜八の家の先祖代々の御霊の神。大本家先祖代々の御霊の神。竹沢家先祖代々の御霊の神。野原家先祖代々の御霊の神。西尾家先祖代々の御霊の神。今津家先祖代々の御霊の神。金崎家先祖代々の御霊の神。福地家先祖代々の御霊の神。田中素直の御霊の神。田中春江の御霊の神。田中新平の御霊の神。田中重の御霊の神。ジェーム十日田中の御霊の神。京子今津田中の御霊の神。ノーメン田中の御霊の神。野原純一郎の御霊の神。野原牧の御霊の神。田中夏の御霊の神。田中義雄の御霊の神。西尾静子の御霊の神。ジャック・イサム西尾の御霊の神。田中健三の御霊の神。谷口京子の家の先祖代々の御霊の神。谷口好みの家の先祖代々の御霊の神。谷口冬子の御霊の神。田代家伊藤千尋の家の先祖代々の御霊の神。服部家先祖代々の御霊の神。半林家先祖代々の御霊の神。若林家先祖代々の御霊の神。ミッカム、伊藤貞太郎の御霊の神。伊藤真希の御霊の神。伊藤千尋の御霊の神。伊藤博之の御霊の神。伊藤美幸の御霊の神。伊藤悦子の御霊の神。服部静太郎の御霊の神。服部岩野の御霊の神。田代治の御霊の神。田代久子の御霊の神。田代はじめの御霊の神。田代ゆり、ステファニー、水照玉のり道、いらつめの御霊の神。半林陽子の御霊の神。富山家先祖代々の御霊の神。ビディットファミリー。 ロエス・ヴィディットの御霊の神。バスタキス・ファミリー。河野家先祖代々の御霊の神。飯森家先祖代々の御霊の神。アントニー・バスタキスの御霊の神。ステラ・バスタキスの御霊の神。飯森京野の御霊の神。バスタキス・三重の御霊の神。横塚先祖代々の御霊の神。横塚美恵子の御霊の神。ユーンファミリー。ジェニー・リー・ユーンの御霊の神。ズンモット・ファミリー。ロースバーガー・ファミリー。エヴァンズ・ファミリー。シャーマー・ホーン・ファミリー。川崎家先祖代々の御霊の神。川崎正蔵の御霊の神。川崎絹の御霊の神。ジョージ・エドワード・ズモット・シニアの御霊の神。テルマ・ヨネ・ズモットの御霊の神。ドレス・エドウィナ・ズモットの御霊の神。リチャード・エレン・ズモットの御霊の神。ジョージ・エドワード・ズモット・ジュニアの御霊の神。カレン・スー・ズモットの御霊の神。ヴァージニア・ゲイル・シャーマーホーンの御霊の神。永田家先祖代々の御霊の神。浦部家先祖代々の御霊の神。沖本家先祖代々の御霊の神。永田和子の家の御霊の神。ランス永田の御霊の神。永田勇正雄見守りきぎく沖縄の御霊の神。ケネフ沖本の御霊の神。高橋家先祖代々の御霊の神。宮本家先祖代々の御霊の神。長川家先祖代々の御霊の神。岩橋家先祖代々の御霊の神。Claire family, Mead family, Ball family, Otten family, Butson family, Dutcher family, Russell family, Birch family, Inman family, Rifle family, Valentine family, 森里家先祖代々の御霊の神。羽生家先祖代々の御霊の神。岡木家先祖代々の御霊の神。森本家先祖代々の御霊の神。ビードファミリー、ウォンファミリー。井田家先祖代々の御霊の神。大畑家先祖代々の御霊の神。新宅家先祖代々の御霊の神。大野家先祖代々の御霊の神。グリーンハウスファミリー。和田家先祖代々の御霊の神。山城家先祖代々の御霊の神。日向家先祖代々の御霊の神。月山家先祖代々の御霊の神。デヘスースファミリー。福田家先祖代々の御霊の神。クレアファミリー。ブカスファミリー。オズボーンファミリー。ワーレスファミリー。ダニエルスファミリー。ポップファミリー。構えからにお花。構えお花。高橋九太郎大井つ子の御霊の神。高橋哲大井つめの御霊の神。高橋一太郎牛の御霊の神。高橋康次真心のりわけの御事の御霊の神。高橋進むわらわの御霊の神。高橋桜地二柱牛の御霊の神。高橋周一わらわの御霊の神。高橋善治牛の御霊の神。高橋福戸寺の御霊の神。高橋常子真心時は姫の御霊の神。高橋正タメス真心の道のり牛の御霊の神。高橋はじめエドメンの御霊の神。高橋重野フランセス朝霞御心とじの御霊の神。高橋サマー愛犬。宮本朝イラツメの御霊の神。宮本朝次郎の御霊の神。宮本龍の御霊の神。宮本杉三光真心とじの御霊の神。宮本藤土の御霊の神。宮本三里真心教え分け牛の御霊の神。宮本花子親愛分け姫の御霊の神。エドワード、エイジ、宮本の御霊の神。レン、聖一、井田、三光の御霊の神。ミルドレッド、三重、井田の御霊の神。フローレンス、藤江、大畑、御心とじの御霊の神。 Alice つゆこ、新宅、大見心閉じの御霊の神。Gilbert 青の御霊の神。青のよしえグラデス閉じの御霊の神。George Henry Greenhouse Jr. 直輔のり沖縄の御霊の神。Stacy Claire の御霊の神。Stacy Claire 高照のり姫の御霊の神。ハブ祐介の御霊の神。ハブ三つ上の御霊の神。ハブ信夫三光早柳枠語の御霊の神。ハブ正一水穂三光わらわうの御霊の神。ハブ虎吉いつの御霊の神。ハブ進むの御霊の神。ハブウォーラスの御霊の神。ハブ岩いつよし久高大閉じの御霊の神。ハブケネ雄一の御霊の神。森本三蔵の御霊の神。森本初の御霊の神。ハブビログラデスいつえ真心白玉てる姫の御霊の神。ハブテルコロレインの御霊の神。ガイガスビドルジュニアの御霊の神。エズラ・ルーベン・ビートルの御霊の神。マグリット・E・ビートルの御霊の神。ウィリアム・ホーデンの御霊の神。ウィリアム・ F・ ビートル・シニアの御霊の神。センティア・ E・ ビートルの御霊の神。メリー・ブランチ・ビートルの御霊の神。カール・カルヴィン・ビートルの御霊の神。カウェ・カムリ。マウヒリ・カムリ。白間家先祖代々の御霊の神。庶民だけ先祖代々の御霊の神。高橋君への家の先祖代々の御霊の神。フランシス・カウィットの御霊の神。マウヒリ・高橋君への御霊の神。白間・デレックの御霊の神。庶民だダイアナの御霊の神。高橋君への御霊の神。To the revered Mitama spirits of all related people, to all the Mitama spirits who are seeking guidance for missing and victims of all natural and human-made disasters, wars, accidents, terrorist attacks, crime, illnesses, and disease, as well as other tragic events that may have happened and are happening in this world, we call on you to be with us today. We have gathered here on with deepest reverence on this September 18th, 2022, in observance of the annual Autumn Memorial Grand Ceremony, to remember, honor, and pray for those whom I name today, as you are all the foundation and support of our blessed lives. To the Mitama spirits of all Konko Kyo ministers and your families, we would like to thank you for your devotion as the foundation of the Konko faith, as well as continuously supporting us here today and every day as Mitama spirits. Your virtue shines ever so brightly in our daily lives. To the Mitama spirits of all the ministers of the Konko churches of North America, we acknowledge the many accomplishments as well as difficulties that you have encountered and persevered throughout your endeavor in spreading the Konko faith in KCNA, while clinging to Tenchi Kane no Kami's love. Through your dedication and consecrated work of Toritsugi, we have all been blessed in various aspects of our lives, our faith life, and we are assured of our blessedness as we enter into the spiritual world after passing. Please continue to guide us so that we can follow the wishes of Ikami Konko Daijin, Tenchi Kane no Kami. To the Mitama spirits of the church believers, family members, friends, and offered names today, we are very grateful to you for your dedication in your pursuit of the Konko faith, as well as your perseverance and devotion to your family and community. We cannot help but thank you for your love and life. As you have transformed into spiritual beings, you continue to protect and guide your loved ones. Sadly, sometimes we are unable to recognize the blessings and beauty in our lives, and thus we offer our humblest apologies. That through the love and virtue, workings and contributions of Ikami Konko Daijin, Tenchi Kane no Kami, and all the Mitama spirits, we are allowed to live and enjoy our blessed lives, and we are grateful. You received many blessings and favors and interventions from Tenchi Kanokami while with your physical form. And now you're receiving them as Mitama no Kami. The lives given by Tenchi Kanokami-sama have continued from you to us and us to the next generation like a mighty river. And we respect and revere those lives, ourselves and our descendants through this service. Konko Daijin imparted. Practice faith. Receive divine blessings by practicing faith. Then not only you, but also your grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and even further generations can receive divine favor. Even the spirits of your ancestors will be able to rest in peace because you receive divine blessings through your practice of faith. The favors you have received stay with you forever. Therefore, you should build as large a foundation of favor as possible during your lifetime. Gorikai 3, Jinkyu Kyogo. Let us keep this teaching close to our hearts so that we can continue to practice faith for ourselves, our ancestors, and for our future generations. We would like to express our gratitude to you, Mitama no Kami-sama. You are always looking over and guiding us. Thus, your workings are revealed to all of us daily. As we walk with you in life and communicate with you through prayer, we nurture the mutual relationship, that special and sacred bond between us. Mahalo. We pray that that bond continues to grow and shine ever so brightly. This morning, we would like to remember and honor those who passed away in the month of September. Wairuku Kyokai Shodai, founding minister of the Wairuku Church, Nakai Takio Hime no Mitama no Kami. Waipafu Kyokai Shodai Fujin, founding minister's wife of the Konko mission of Waipafu, Sonoda Sueka Toji no Mitama no Kami. Hiro Kyokai Sandai Kyokaicho, the third head minister of the Konko mission of Hilo, Nagai Makio no Mitama no Kami. Habu, Iwa Otoji no Mitama no Kami. Hanaka Shinpei no Mitama no Kami. Hattori Shizutaro no Mitama no Kami. Edmund Otten, S no Mitama no Kami. Esther Nancy Mead no Mitama no Kami. Tozuchi Miyamoto no Mitama no Kami. Anthony Vastakis no Mitama no Kami. Virginia Gail Schermerhorn no Mitama no Kami. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg no Mitama no Kami. Queen Elizabeth II no Mitama no Kami, 10 days. Mabel Kitamata no Mitama no Kami, 10 days. Thank you for continuing to watch, guide, and protect your descendants. Dear pioneers and natives who are the foundation and strength of California and the United States of America, we acknowledge you and the hardships you endured in order to survive and create a future for the generations to come. We honor and admire your courage and determination, and pray that your descendants will continue to rise up and bring pride to not only you, but your respective nations. We pray for the deceased Mitama spirits who are seeking salvation, to whom no one prays for, and to those who have experienced suffering from wars, accidents, crime, terrorism, natural disasters, illnesses, and diseases, for their Tachuki, or eternal peace and happiness with Tenchi Kanokami-sama's love, blessings, intercessions, and favors. We especially pray for those who passed due to senseless wars, such as the one taking place in the Ukraine. We ask that you please enter the bosom of Parent Kami, seek Konko Daijin's Toritsugi, and find salvation and joy. So the beloved spirits of our ancestors and believers, as well as all the Mitama spirits called forth today, please accept the offerings placed before you as tokens and tamagushi, as well as the tamagushi as expressions of our everlasting gratitude, love, and prayer for your workings, light, virtue, and michitate. Dear Mitama no Kami-sama, please continue to protect, guide, and enrich not just us, but also your descendants, other family members, and friends. Guide your descendants to the Hiromai for Toritsugi and healing, a renewal or birth of their faith. And we continue to pray that you will practice faith with us daily so that our aura, light, and positivity can continue to shine ever so brightly. Together, let us continue to practice faith together in order to continuously receive the virtue of Kami-sama. As the fifth Konko-sama, the Reverend Heiki Konko taught, virtue is the only thing that can be taken with us in death and passed down to our descendants at the same time. Even in death, we can receive toku by virtue of practicing faith. 今しみたまの神立ち橋、極金光大臣取り次ぎの御影こむり、神地の尊き御霊の神、神宝者らのくしき御霊の神とかんたたしめたまいて、難儀に出会いしなべての人々の上に、安心立ち行きの御影こむらしめたまい、が金光教、宇米区域、三年後教会、北三年後カウンティ集会、白井佐校舎を守り導きたまい、神人愛用かけよの生活運動を進め、神と人と愛用かけよで立ち行くあり方を世界に宣言する、そのご神願成就の役にたしめたまうべく、たまながら勘取り次ぎ勘導きたまえと、かしこみも申す。Now, please raise your heads.
と共に入れ、four sincere claps along with each other. Please open your books to page 11 for prayer for departed souls. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you were given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. We discharge our duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally. The lives we told from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We teach you. Stand by us each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith. We hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Page 36, 祖先三字。御世の親は我が家の神、我が神と心尽くしていつきまつらんな、心尽くしていつきまつらんな、尊き御親の神たちよ、海の子のために家の柱を沈め立てたまい、初子のために世のなりわいを守り助けたまい、隔離をの見えぬ境にましませども、身慈く信任の御心は映しよにあわらせたまわず先見たまの朝日く先は言えたまい、くしみたまのくしみに恵みたまいて、志は薪の柱の動きなくなりわいは結ぶつなめのゆるびなく真心清らに励み努めしめたまい、ゆからやからやわらぎやいて日にけにうらやすく楽しましめたまい、ついに移しよのことを得て神の御門に参らん時には必ずしも迎え取りたまい、身慈しみをこむらしめたまわんものと神の実りの絶えなるをかしこみかたじけなみ親の恵みのおぼろげならぬを嬉しみ喜び申すことを心も涼やかに聞こしめしたまえと申す。花くしびのみ親の御霊、花くしびのみ親の御霊、花とのみ親の神、
あなことの御親の神。一度入れ for sincere cups。一度入れ for sincere cups。まだ好きかけて祈らないよ世の親。親の御親の神の支配を。まだ好きかけて祈らないよ世の親。親の御親の神の支配を。一度入れ for sincere class。So highlight for sincere cups. Recitation of Tenchi Katsuke, page 6. ひがみ金光大臣天地金の神一心に願えあれば我が心にあり今月今日で頼め Pray sincerely with all your heart. Be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within. Hearts grateful and caring. Harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever. On this very day, pray. Oración de Tenchi Katsuke. A través de Ikigami Konko Daijin, Ore Tenchi Kane no Kami, con todo el corazón. A través de Ikigami Konko Daijin, Ore Tenchi Kane no Kami, con todo el corazón. La gracia divina depende del corazón de cada uno. La gracia divina depende del corazón de cada uno. Ore ahora en este momento. Ore ahora en este momento. So highlight 4 sincere cups. Ooh. Good morning. I think it's still morning. Oh, is it I told you this is our longest service, but thank you very much for being part of
the Autumn Memorial Grand Ceremony. It's really, the other day I was listening to Reverend Koichi Yukawa's sermon. He was reading a sermon by his grandfather, the founding minister of the Ginza Church. And in that sermon, Reverend Seiichi Yukawa is considered to be one of the most brilliant ministers that we've ever had. Someone who really forced people to think and do a lot of reflection. It's one of the reasons why he was considered a Hodo. Hodo is a minister who, we have what's called the Shutokuden, the spiritual faith training place at headquarters. And he was considered one of those, leader at their, I think that's how we translate it, leader. And one of the things he asked during the Mitam Matsuri was, what is a sincere or true hoyo? I don't know how to say that in English, like a ceremony for the deceased. He questioned his belief. And although I heard the whole thing and I looked it up and I found the teaching, I looked and read it, I said, wait, Todd, let's not look at what he wrote. Let's kind of reflect on our own. Oh, what is a makoto no hoyo? What is a sincere and a true hoyo or service or ceremony for the departed? And I thought to myself, and so that became sort of how I started working on today, for today. What is it? What do I do? What can I do? And this is where he challenges us. This is where the concept of jitsui teine kamishin, jitsui teine comes in. What is the next step? What do I do next in order to honor my ancestors, to care for them? When preparing for this, I looked at the norito and I said, well, I give the same norito same thing over and over. Well, what can I do to change this? What can I do to honor them? What can I do so that people can realize that while we practice faith, our ancestors also received the same virtue that we do? And I recalled the fifth Bonko-sama's teaching to me, and that's why I did read it inside the norito as well. I thought it was so important to read. And I said, but there has to be more. There has to be more. What else can I do? What else can I do? And what else can I do in my everyday life? And this is where I realized that in 30-day training, some people, when we talk about 30-day training, it's unfortunate because people stop at 30 days. And sometimes it happens. But the goal that the Zenkoku Shinto Kai or the All Japan Believers Association, their goal was not just stop at 30 days, because within 30 days, it should become something you do, should become a habit, should become part of your everyday life. So you've grown in your faith in that sense. And so I said, okay, I want to continue to delve and to learn more, not just about my ancestors, but the ancestors that belong here at this church. I want to be able to continue doing what I'm doing, but take it to the next level, which really caused me a lot of, not angst, but lot just to think about. It's a lot to think about. But what else? What is the next step? I've always shared that every year something happens in regards to the Nikamatsu. Every year something happens. This year I had the opportunity to visit the Sakata's grave for the first time. And this weekend, so yesterday I decided, let's build the Sakata story. Because I don't know the Sakata's family at all. Because when I went to the grave, I just thought I would see Mr. and Mrs. Sakata. That's it. Right next to them were two other people. Then right next to them was another person and another person. To which I thought, wait, that's not in our Mitama list. I checked the Mitama list. I don't have these people. Who are these people? I don't know who these people are. So I said, okay, we have to find out. So last night, and I think all of you know I love genealogy. Genealogy is something I'm truly passionate about. And it's as if this time the Sakata family said, we want you to help us here. I came to learn that Mr. Sakata, now I don't know if Mr. Sakata was born in Japan or in the US, but his siblings were all born in the US. That's a fact. I don't know when his family came, but he's not from San Diego. They're originally from Lodi, so up north, in that Stockton, Lodi area. They were farmers. after their parents died, I guess they moved down here to San Diego, where he was a chef at the Best Western Hotel. I don't know where there's a Best Western Hotel, and it's got to be near Balboa Park, near the airport, because that's where they used to live. See how much I researched? And I began realizing there's a story here that I don't know of. And Mr. and Mrs. Sakata lived very long lives into their 90s. And it was so sad. I truly was saddened when I learned that their two sons, they had to witness the death of their two sons. This past Godaisai in May, Mr. Mako Sakata was trying to come here. And I didn't know I don't know who he was, but now I know. He was, if you look at his high school pictures, he was a decently good looking kid. He did wrestling. There's not much written, we just know he did wrestling. But I tried to learn more about his family, and he is this last survivor of the Sakata family. Last known survivor. I don't know if his older brother had children or not, but I do know that Mako is the last survivor of his family. And so I got to learn more about this family. I got to learn that his brother, Mako's older brother, one was a commercial artist. The other one was a gardener that he liked to garden. And this is why we have that additional, I think, 5 names put in there, because I had the opportunity to get to learn who these individuals were. And I'm so grateful. It's like the Mitama kept calling me. It was this time to call. But something mysterious also happened, I think. And I know Vivian read about it on my Facebook. It was pretty shocking that last month and I love genealogy. And as if Mitama said, you're not here, right? I always say, I don't have any family here, right? I think you all hear me say, I don't have any family here. The only family member that I have lives in Ocean Beach. The only time we meet is during funerals. And so he doesn't even know me. It's my dad's cousin. I don't know him. I don't know his family. I know nothing about his family. So I really don't have much family here. Until one day I was playing around. I was doing my family genealogy. And you always want to follow the female line. You follow the female line. And when I did that, I came across the name Valentine. And so I thought, wait, oh my gosh, Valentine. I have a really wonderful student who is now my peer tutor, whose last name is Valentine. I thought, no, I don't think we could be related. It's not possible. So I did a little research, and I kind of screwed up the Valentine lineage. So I knew I had to come back one day to fix it up. But I told my student, I think we could be related, because how many Valentines do you know? I don't know many Valentines. Although Kate Spade is a Valentine name. Maybe I'm directly related to it too. But here's the thing. So I kept researching, and I cleaned it up one day. I just finally cleaned it up this past Friday during our break in our balloon dance. I cleaned it up, and I looked at, and I had asked him to please text his father about what kind of white person was his father. And he said his father came back, oh, we're English, Irish, and I can't remember, French, I'm not French, and Dutch. Well, I'm English, Irish, German, Dutch. And then I said, well, can you look up in your book, because they have a Valentine book. And these are some names. I gave the name of my 5-time great-grandmother, Ellen Valentine. He said, sure, I'll look. His book kind of starts in the U.S. continent when they first moved here. But then he said, he looked at it, he gave me a few names, he gave me one name, I said, I looked up that name, like, there's nothing. I have a friend who's kind of gifted, and she said, I have a feeling you two are related. And then he didn't know, he doesn't understand what I do. He doesn't understand what a family tree looks like. He doesn't understand what Ancestry.com looks like. And so I said, okay, I better show him what I'm doing. So I showed him what I was doing. I showed him the family tree. I said, this is the Valentine family line. I didn't show him anything else, but just the Valentine family line. He said, Sensei, there's a Stephen Valentine in my family line. It's spelled exactly that way. And I was like, we literally looked at each other and like, oh my gosh, we might actually be related. If so, it's very distant, that Stephen Valentine's my 6-time great-grandfather. So we're distantly related. But it's very interesting how I thought it was so weird how Mitama kept calling and calling and calling in a different way, letting me know I'm not alone. And I think I bring these two examples up because my mind is, I'm always thinking about not just my ancestors, but the ancestors here at this church. I always think about the Mitama here at this church. Not just the Mitama, but those that I end up coming into contact with. I feel that Reverend Tateno has been calling out to me after learning that my seminary classmate was a former Tateno. Reverend Tateno is the second head minister of the Tacoma Church, the former Tacoma Church. And I thought, wait, and I feel this call. And here's where I think it's so sad. Mitama have a calling for each of us. They want to have a relationship with us. And we saw that today. Today as I was preparing for today's service, I was preparing the white roses for Kami-sama, and one rose, and I had made sure that they were on properly, and it's as if someone just tossed one on the side, like it just fell down. Only one fell down. The rest everything was intact. So there was a bunch here, and one just fell down. And I looked at it, like, what the heck? I can't use this. I was so disappointed until I looked at it, and I saw there's this brown, it was withering already, and I thought, oh, wait a minute. I wouldn't have known that. I would have just put that on the altar. And I realized, I wonder if this is Joanne. Something in my mind said, this is Joanne. And just as I came out, Mrs. Tashiro said, oh, Sensei, one of these just happened to fall. I think someone's here. And I told myself, that's just Joanne. Joanne telling us, will you get your act together? Or maybe her liking to, because she liked to tease me. She liked to tease me a lot. And I don't mind. I love that she teased me. Maybe this way of her teasing me, but to know that happened here today on all on all days that this could have happened, it happened on this day. And so I ask all of you, as one of the challenges I gave you every day, to recite the name of your ancestors and to remember your ancestors every single day, to recite their name. And hopefully this won't just become a 30-day practice. This will become a practice that you do every single day for the rest of your lives. Whether it be your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, your daughter, your son, a pet, to recall them, to remember them, and then to listen and watch and be observant when something happens. That's me telling you, hey, I'm here. What do you need? What can I help you with? Or hey, get your act together. Just like Joanne would have done. I think that's totally her. So today, I'm really happy that all of you stayed. I know it's very late. I know it was one of the longer ceremonies that we do have, but I'm very, very grateful that you all stayed for today. And if you have any more family members that you would like honored, please don't hesitate to share them with us. This is not a conversion list. You asked us to convert them. There's no conversion. But we want to honor them and recognize them on the month that they passed away, as well as during our the fall and spring Mitama Grand ceremonies. So with that, I just hope that you will please take that on, take that challenge on, and make that challenge a part of your everyday life about remembering your ancestors every day and doing one small thing for them. For me, it's offering the Hatsumizu to the altar. If you look on my Instagram and Facebook, depending on if I made something fresh, I'll offer that as well. For dinner, I tend to offer that to Kami-sama, Mitama-sama. I don't know if Kami-sama likes Filipino food or Mitama-sama likes Filipino food, but it's up to them. I do. I love Thai food. They get Thai food too. But just share with them, part of your meal. But again, this is that process of jitsuite. That's that jitsuite. What is that next step that I can do? What else can I do to make them happy? What else can I do to help them in their development, in their growth of their faith, into receiving toku, so that I can while I'm receiving toku, they can receive toku as well. And we can start with just that process of calling their names out, remembering them every morning, and offering them something as simple as water, If you like wine, you can drink wine. If you like sake, you can drink sake. Sharing that with them. So with that, I really want to thank you again for joining us today. Please note that next week I will be in Los Angeles. Actually, I will be in Los Angeles this coming weekend. I return home to Hawaii next Sunday, and then I will come back on the 3rd. But until then, I ask you please take care, please stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you for our Godaisai, which is next month. You all want to say goodbye?
We have a few comments.
Hi.
Access Wisdom says, Hola todas. Hola todos. That was like 2 hours ago. Rod Sensei and Dale said thank you during the call.
Oh, hi, Dale. Hi, Rod Sensei.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You just said
Oh,
I need Americans.
thank you. Did you get it?
you.